Hi everyone, it's Dave here from Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. You want a fun, simple recipe for classic pumpkin roll? Well, today I'm going to show you how. Fox Hallow Fam, I'm Dave and welcome to Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. With Thanksgiving and the holidays right around the corner, we thought it would be fun to show you a traditional recipe for classic pumpkin roll. It's quick, it's easy, and it's oh so good. So if you're ready, then let's have some fun. Okay, the first thing we need to do is in a small bowl here, I'm going to take 3/4 of a cup of flour.
Okay.
A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And a teaspoon each of baking soda, cinnamon, and pumpkin pie spice.
Okay.
Okay, and we're just going to whisk this together with a fork until it's more or less completely mixed together.
Okay.
And then we're going to set this aside.
Okay.
And come back to it in a minute.
All right, sounds good. Okay, Dave, so I see you got the stand mixer set up here.
Yes.
What's going on?
Next step, we're going to take our stand mixer and we're going to take 3 eggs.
Okay.
In the bowl of our stand mixer.
Now, do you need to have them room temperature or can they be right out of the fridge?
For this, they can be right out of the fridge. Room temperature, if you want something nice and big and fluffy,
okay, like
meringue or something like that, then you definitely want room temperature.
Okay.
Then we're going to add to this a cup of sugar.
Okay.
2/3 of a cup of course, pumpkin. Pureed pumpkin. Can't have pumpkin roll without pumpkin.
Yeah, definitely.
Got to get that all in there.
So let me ask you this. Why do you think we waited as long as we did to do pumpkin roll for the show?
I don't know. Just haven't thought of it yet. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay.
And then with our paddle attachment on here, we are going to go ahead and mix this up really nice. May have to scrape the bowl once or twice, but we'll get it nice. Okay, now that this is mixed together, we're going to take our dry ingredients that we made earlier.
Okay.
And just pop these right in here.
Yeah, I was going to say, no flying flour mess this time?
No flying flour mess. And then we are going to just mix this together just until it's combined.
Okay.
Until there's no more dry streaks or anything.
Now, are you going to have to scrape the sides at all, do you think?
Yes, probably have to scrape the sides once or twice here. Looks like it's coming together pretty good.
Okay.
Let me try scraping the sides real good and make sure that flour doesn't stick.
You can definitely smell the pumpkin.
Oh yeah, smell that pumpkin and the pumpkin pie spice and everything.
What is your type of dessert that you always go to for Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin pie, definitely. I also make cranberry relish, which I might make this year as well. Okay. Which is really good.
Yeah, I know last year we did the sweet potato pumpkin pie.
We did. That was really good.
That was amazing. So.
Okay, that's it. I think we're good.
Okay.
We're gonna move on.
All right, Dave. It looks like you got our jelly roll pan set up here. What are we doing?
Yes, as you can see, I have sprayed the bottom of a jelly roll pan and lined it with parchment. I want these little tabs on the end because that's going to help us get the jelly roll out when we're done with it.
Okay.
The only reason I sprayed it is to give the parchment paper something to stick to so it's not curling up while I try to do this. Otherwise, you don't need to do it. And we're just going to pour this batter straight in here.
Okay. Now, you said right before we started that this is going to be a very thin.
The batter is not that thick. It's just a cake batter.
Okay.
It's not a very thick cake batter at that. And the roll is very thin, so it doesn't take that long to bake, actually.
Okay. But yeah, that looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Get me a little more out of here if I can. Get as much out of the bowl as we can here.
Okay.
Okay. And then we are just going to spread this out.
Get it to the edge there.
Get the whole way to the edges and the corners.
This is why I had you do this episode.
Yeah, there's not that much of it, so we want to make sure it spreads out evenly.
Because you know I struggle with this and would probably end up tearing the parchment paper knowing how I am and stuff.
Get it as smooth as we can.
Yeah. That looks actually really, really good. Just from my angle here.
And what we're going to do is we're going to throw this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 14 or 15 minutes, just until a toothpick comes out clean.
Okay.
And then we'll take it out.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's
good.
as smooth as I'm going to get it. So we'll go ahead and throw this in.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so now our roll is cooked. It's done in the middle. I'm just going to loosen the ends a little bit around here. And then I'm going to take the parchment paper. This is where the parchment paper comes in handy. And we are just going to lift this out and set it on the flat table. Okay, and what we want to do here is take our hot roll before it has a chance to really cool. And we're going to start from one of the little ends and very gently roll it up with the parchment paper. That's what the parchment paper comes in handy. We're going to roll it up here. If you use the parchment paper to roll it up, it won't stick to itself. And rolling it up before it cools gives it a chance to cool in position, so that when we go to fill it, it won't break on us. We're just going to roll it up very gently here. It's really hot. And then I'm going to place this on a wire rack to cool. The wire rack lets water escape, and it lets the air get to the bottom of it. And we're going to let this cool to room temperature, which takes a little bit of time because it's all rolled up. Okay, while our roll is cooling, we're going to make our filling. We're going to take a 8-ounce block of cream cheese.
Now, is this cream cheese or is this cream cheese?
It's cream cheese, warmed up to room temperature.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of butter, also room temperature.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of vanilla. And a cup of powdered sugar.
Okay.
And we're just gonna put our whisk attachment on here. You can use the paddle, it doesn't matter. And we're gonna mix this together until it's fluffy and smooth. May have to scrape the sides a little bit, but we're just gonna mix it together. Okay, that's looking good. So we're gonna move on.
Alright, Dave, I see you got our pumpkin roll back on the table here. What's going on?
Yes, so now that our pumpkin roll has cooled completely, we are going to gently unroll this.
Okay.
We don't want to break it, we just want to unroll it very carefully.
Oh, that looks really, really good.
It's nice and moist, definitely.
Is it nice and moist?
It's nice and moist. And hardest part is unrolling this beginning here.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you know what today is, actually?
Yes, tell everybody what today is.
Today, I actually just noticed, was our 3rd-year anniversary of us making pierogies.
Yes.
So we will actually include the link of that in the video. And it's a really, really good video. And
right
whenever we started doing things a little more advanced. So.
Yes. It was the first video we had with more professional lighting and professional camera work. So
yes, yeah, and it's probably one of our favorite videos. So
absolutely,
we would definitely share it again with everybody. So go ahead.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cream cheese frosting that I just made, and we are going to spread it all over this pumpkin roll.
Okay. Yeah, I never quite understood why we waited so long to do this type of episode. So
Yeah, I'm not sure why we took so long to get pumpkin roll, but I'm glad we did it because it's a good dessert.
yeah, especially for this time of year too.
Right, it's that time of the year.
Especially with Thanksgiving right around the corner, you may want to do something a little more fun, and I think this is definitely
Gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and there we go. We're gonna spread this out to all the sides. We want to go the whole way to the sides. And we get it under this little lip here. So that's where our roll is going to start.
Oh, that just looks so good, Dave.
Mm-hmm. It smells really good.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you are also doing next week's episode also.
Yes. I believe I am.
You want to tell everybody what we're doing?
Next week's episode is going to be a pear and cranberry crostata, which is going to be really nice. It's like a tart, but it's made with pears and cranberries, I hope.
Yeah, some other fun fall flavors.
Yes.
And something a little different that you may not expect to do for Thanksgiving. So
May not expect to see that, but it's really nice. We're going to do that. Yep. I think that's as good as it's going to get. So we're going to spin this around here. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm going to roll it up, but this time we're going to roll it up without the parchment paper.
Okay.
We're going to peel the parchment as we go.
Just take your time.
Yeah, very much want to take your time here and do this very, very gently. Just going to roll it right up. Peel that parchment off as we go.
Oh, that looks really, really good, Dave.
We don't want to smush it together because we don't want the icing to just all end up at the end.
Yeah, you don't want it to ooze out. You want it to
Once I get
be sprayed nice and even.
spread nice and even. It's giving me a little hard time here. We're going to peel this off of here.
Now you see why I gave you this episode.
It is giving me a little hard time, and it did squish some of the icing to the end. So we're gonna.
I think that's.
I think
good.
it'll be fine.
Now, do we need to chill this at all?
Yes, definitely need to chill it because we want the filling to solidify a little bit before we try to cut it. Okay. We want this to get into its final configuration. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this in plastic wrap and set it in the refrigerator for at least an hour.
Okay.
And now for the best part, the taste test. Let me get a little fork full of it here. That is so good. You can really taste the cream cheese and the pumpkin. You're gonna love it. Wrapping up today, I want to thank you all for joining us and encourage you to check out our friends and support channels listed in the description below. But before I go, always remember, good times and good food on Baking with Fox Hallow Kitchen. We'll see you soon.
If you like this video or any of our other videos,
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for future shows.